Hello friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, take a quick second and hit that subscribe button down below and the notification bell so you're notified when I'm posting. And also, don't forget to like this video. So in today's video, I'm going to be discussing all about Spanish accent marks and how to identify when to use the emphasis when pronouncing a word with the Spanish accent mark. Also, this channel is for viewers like you, so if you have a question with anything or if you have a video idea, leave a comment down below or leave a comment in my Instagram and I'll make sure to make a video just for you. Without further ado, let's begin. Spanish accent marks are only written over the 5 vowels, A, E, I, O, U, or in Spanish, vowels, vocales, and you pronounce them A, E, I, O, U. Now, here is a rule to remember. So, the written accent marks are going to be written from the lower left to the upper right, just like this. You see the accent marks A, E, I, O, U, and they are written from the lower left to the upper right. Now, if you do need to type these vowels on a keyboard, there is a way to do it. You would simply hit alternate plus each of these numbers for each of these vowels. Feel free to pause this video to jot this down. Let's go ahead and go over some rules. In Spanish, when an accent mark is over the vowel of a word, this indicates that the vowel is stressed. So there are 3 main functions for this accent mark. First, it is to separate words which would otherwise be spelled identically. We have our example here, papá, which means father, and papa, which means potato. Now you see the accent mark over the A for papá. That helps the reader or listener understand that you mean father as opposed to potato. And that accent mark gives it that emphasis. Here is our second rule. Spanish accent marks help signify questions. And here are some examples. We have que with the accent over the E, which means what. Cuál, accent over the A, which means which. Quién, accent mark over the E, which means who. Cuándo, accent mark over the A, which means when. And dónde, accent mark over the O, which means where. And our last most important rule is that Spanish accent marks help indicate which syllable of the word needs to be stressed or emphasized. And here's our example. Propósito, which means purpose. The accent mark is over the O. Propósito. So propósito is a 4-syllable word. But when you hear propósito, the third to last syllable is the one that receives the stress or emphasis because that is where the accent mark is located. Propósito. Great job. Another example is the word árbol, tree. We see the accent mark over the A. So the accent mark over the A puts the emphasis on that syllable, árbol. Good job. Now let's review some key rules for the Spanish stresses. So I'm going to go over 2 rules to remember. The first one, if a word ends with a vowel or the letter S or the letter N, then the second to last syllable is what is stressed. So for example, the word camino, which means path, it ends in a vowel, the letter O. So camino. We see the second to last syllable is the one that's stressed. Camino. The next rule to remember, if a word ends with a consonant other than S or N, then the final syllable is stressed. Let's look at our example. Animal, which means animal. It ends in the letter L, so the final syllable is what is stressed. Animal. Great job! Now we will review breaking the Spanish stress rules when using Spanish accent marks. Let's look at some examples. We have our first word, exámenes, which means exams, ends in the letter S. So this breaks rule 1 when it comes to the stress, because the accent mark is on the A, which is on the second syllable. Here's another example. The word compró, which means buy. It ends in a vowel O. So it breaks rule 1 and the stress is put on the last syllable. Compró. Very good. And then we have our last word here, débil, which means weak. This breaks rule 2 because the stress is on the first syllable. We see the accent mark is over the E. Débil. So the stress is on the first syllable. Débil. Great job! Now let's review our 10 new learned words from today's lesson. Okay, so we have our first one, papá, which means father, and papa, which means potato. ¿Quién? Who? ¿Dónde? Where? ¿Cuál? Which? ¿Qué? What? Árbol? Tree. Propósito? Purpose. Exámenes? Exams. Compro? Buy. And our last word, débil, weak. Great job! That's all for today's video. Again, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!